Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. I can see we already have a few attendees here. Thank you for being on time. It's 6 p.m., so we will start the webinar and we will allow your peers to join very soon. Today's webinar will be focusing on full stack AI/ML versus data science. And I'm here with Dr. Murthy Kuluru. I'm not sure if I pronounced that
You got it right.
correctly. Oh, perfect. He is a provost at upGrad Institute, and I would like to actually pass on the microphone virtually to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shehnaz, and welcome everybody. So I already see one question, whether UK or USA opportunities. So I want to actually set some context here. I am going to talk about a specific program, MS in Full Stack AI and ML, that we offer in a pathway model where you study 8 months in India and then in USA. So the primary focus will be on why this program is a very good program for better career opportunities, etc. And how is this taking the education of data science to the next level? What do we mean by full stack AI and ML? I just want, don't be disappointed if I don't answer general counseling questions like, hey, should I study in France or Germany? That's not my area of strength, so I will stay away from that. So my focus is I represent upGrad Golden Gate University program in full stack AI and ML. And we thought a lot about not doing MS in data science, but doing full stack AI and ML. I will focus mostly on that. Righto. My name is Dakshinamurthy. I did my bachelor's in India and then master's and PhD in USA. And then I came back, I worked in India in defense and then did multiple things. And for the past 10, 11 years, I have been in the field of education. Currently, I am the provost of UGDX institutes globally. We offer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral programs in these cutting-edge digital technologies. I am part of designing this program. So as far as these programs and in general about AI machine learning, I should be able to answer quite a few questions. Right. Let me now look at us first. UGDX, our goal is to build the world's largest tech school. But the primary uniqueness or differentiator is we want to build it keeping in view of the corporate requirements. And the corporate that we understand most is IT services company, which is going to be the biggest exporter of or earner of revenue for India. So we kept IT services companies' requirements as our primary goal and designed this master's program so that they benefit and you benefit simultaneously. Currently, we are present in San Francisco in USA, in Golden Gate University. We are expanding to 5 more locations in the next 6 months. We have 70 plus faculty members in India and abroad put together, very highly qualified faculties, quite a few of them. In fact, 70% of them have research PhD. And not only that, they're very active, 75 plus patents, 400 plus publications are owned by this faculty. So this is a world-class faculty by any stretch of imagination. Let me spend a minute on not their website, but I will actually look at if I can get some nice image once I launch. Oops. Golden Gate University. Right. And let me go to some images. If I can find, so the beauty of this is in the downtown of San Francisco. As you can see, this is the downtown of San Francisco. And the tallest tower in San Francisco happens to be by Salesforce. Right across this. So this is Salesforce and this building is Golden Gate University. So actually these two, as you can see here in a top view, of course, Salesforce is taller. It is the tallest building in Western Hemisphere. But the point is Golden Gate University is right across the door. You get down here, you walk across. It is in the middle of downtown. And on the left-hand side, we have LinkedIn headquarters. On the right-hand side, if you run down 2 blocks, Starbucks headquarters, and then Twitter, Google is like 3 blocks away. So this is as close to the digital hub of the world as possible. That's one of its biggest advantages, this location. If you go there, if you really want to search for an internship, you can walk across the block and find probably 5 companies that really are looking at the state of the art AI ML engineers, and you can get it. Okay, so that's about the location. Now, the advisory team that is behind this program, I just want to give a brief introduction. This is Dr. Pramad Sinha, who is a veteran in India for building world-class institutions. He is the founding dean of Indian School of Business. He's also the one of the board of governors of Ashoka University. So someone seasoned in building educational institutions in India. He is building this UGDX, advising us with this UGDX. Mr. Ankur Dhawan is the president of our entire study abroad program, and he handles study abroad, which is the entire upgrad activity where 1 year is studied here and the second year is studied in USA, UK, Germany. In that, a very important subgroup in study abroad is UGDX. I'll tell you the difference between the regular rest of study abroad and UGDX. In rest of study abroad, we take care of the education in India and we send them to the university in US. In UGDX, we take care of your entire education. So we teach you in India and then we teach you in USA, and hence we have a lot more flexibility in designing much more industry-friendly programs. And I'll explain what I mean by that in the next slide. I am the provost of these institutes. Dr. Sridhar Pappu is the head of delivery, and Dr. Venkatesh Shunkad is the dean of GGU Institute of Technology. So this is the entire leadership team that executes these programs. And we believe we have put together a fantastic program, and I will describe that in greater detail later. Just to give you the backgrounds, Pramad is a PhD from University of Pennsylvania. Ankur is a BTech from IIT Benares Hindu University and an MBA from IIM Bangalore. I did my PhD in Carnegie Mellon University. Dr. Sridhar did his PhD in University of Texas. Dr. Venkatesh did his PhD in University of Colorado. So all of us have global exposure. We have seen world-class institutions and we designed this in the same lines as those programs. That's about us. Now let's get to the crux of this entire presentation. I'm going to spend roughly 10 to 12 minutes on this slide because I want to truly explain to you the amount of thought that went in designing this master's program. By the way, I will briefly touch upon the Doctorate of Business Administration, but today the focus is master's. I think we have another session exclusively for DBA. So the comparison here is the usual masters are the GGU INSOFI pathway, GGU pathway, GGU upgrad pathway. Sorry about this confusion, GGU upgrad pathway. So the true differences between these two, we want to highlight and explain to you why this is so well thought out and why this gives you so many advantages. The very first advantage, and it will become very clear to you by the time this slide is over, is This program reduces the amount of time that you have to spend in the classroom in USA. In a typical master's program, you spend 1.5 years roughly in the classroom, which means you cannot work. You have to just pay the tuition fee, pay for your rental, pay for your food, and study. Right? So 1.5 years you have to do that. In this program, you spend less than 0.7 years, less than 8.5 to 9 months studying. You will of course spend much longer in the USA, but you will start working. You technically can start working after 0.7 years of education in USA. So the amount of time where you cannot do anything but classroom education is less than half compared to the usual masters. This, I'm sure you guys already started seeing the advantage of this, but I will explain it in a greater deal. All of you probably know, when you go to USA, particularly if it's a STEM program, you will get 1 year of OPT, which can be extended to by 2 more years. So total 3 years of optional practical training. However, I don't know whether you know it or not, if you do not find a relevant job in the first 3 months, your OPT gets canceled and you have to come back home. Many MS students come back home because they can't find jobs. Even more, beg, request consultants, etc., to take them for some unpaid internship. It doesn't matter what it is, and get them some internship. 90% of them join unpaid internships. That's because after this, you have just 3 months to find a job. In our case, you will get roughly 12 months to find a job. This is another major advantage. You are not in a hurry that your OPT gets lapsed. You have ample time to find projects, find internships, find jobs, and settle yourself. A typical journey of an MS student in US after the 1.5 years, go to a consultant, join a free internship, spend 6 to 9 months before you get paid the first $500 or $1,000 per month. Spend 1 year before you are actually paid like what you should be paid for a master's. Because of this, the immediate corollary which happens for our master's program is, after your master's, you have 3 years of OPT. Here, even during master's, you end up working for 8 months to 9 months, and then you get 3 years of OPT. So roughly you get 1 extra year or 9 months of extra work time. Why is that important? If you are lucky, if you get an H1 in the next 3 years, that's great. You're fine. It may not make much difference, but there are some people, like let's say 5 to 10% or 15% of the people, who will not get a H1 even after 3 years. Okay. Now, hence what matters is what they earned in the last year is the main savings. Because as I told you, initially first 9 months, they'll start with $500 or $1,000. Then 1 year they will do 2,000. Then they have 1 year with that $80,000, $90,000 earning. Whereas here you have roughly 2 years with that 90,000 or 80,000, 90,000. So 1 year of 80,000, 90,000, another year of probably $120,000. So if you are unlucky, if you are to come back after, if you don't get your H1, coming back to India is not unlucky. But if you don't get H1, you want to stay there, but you don't get H1, when you come back, what matters is what you earned in the last year. And here, because you spend 1 extra year there, your earning in that last year is going to be a lot, and you will probably come back with enough savings to take care of all the investments and settle. Next major advantage is how this program is priced. A typical usual masters, I'm talking about slightly lower expensive masters. There are higher expensive which go to $40,000, $50,000, but a less expensive masters is around 30 to 35,000 USD. And our program is In India, you pay 4 lakhs. Once you get your visa and once you go there, you pay another 18,000 US dollars. This 4 lakhs is roughly $4,500. So your total expense is around 12,000 or 10,000 less than a usual master's. By the way, you can do the entire 2 years in USA. You will have to pay another $2,500. Sorry, entire masters in USA, 2 years in USA, you will pay a bit more, $2,500 in the USA. So you can choose 8 months here, 1 year there, or you can choose both years there. In all of them, you will have these advantages. Okay. Only thing is, if you are spending entire time in USA, this goes up by 2,500, and this goes up. The next row goes up by another 6,500. So roughly you will end up spending around 8 to 10 lakhs more. This is another advantage when you take our pathway. Cost of living, if you are, the challenge is here, 1.5 years, you are not eligible to work. So 18 months and looking at roughly $700 to $800 per month, that is around $13,500 USD. Actually, it's a bit more expensive than that. So I should have put $12,000 or something. So this is roughly $20,000. Here, you spend first 8 months in India, and I will show you why you have to spend only 8 months to 9 months here to study without earning. So that's roughly $8,000 to $9,000. So this is around, or if I take that 700, 800, it's around $6,400. So the cost of living is only 50% of what the usual master's is. GRE, usually you have to take. Here, we got it waived because you are studying for 8 months with us. We convinced the university that only the really serious guys will come to you, and hence it can be waived. Now, another advantage here, in the first 8 or 9 months, you are taking full-time education. So you have to resign. As I said, you cannot work for 1.5 years. Here, the first year is self-paced. So you can continue with your job for the first 8 months. And then next 8 months only, you will have to study without a job. And then again, you can work full-time if you want to. So you saw the advantage of the program in so many dimensions. You spend less time in the study only period. Of course, you'll spend as much time where you can study and work full-time, but less time in the study only period where you can't earn anything. Then you get a lot longer to find a job, a lot more time, and this means a lot. And then you get almost one whole year extra on your OPT because of this CPT that gets added. You spend less in tuition fee. You spend less in living expenses. You don't have to take GRE. In the first year, you can earn. As you can see, this is a bundle of benefits. Couple it with the fact that the specialization is in full stack artificial intelligence and machine learning, which I'll talk about why that is such an exciting field where you can find a lot of jobs. So this slide, I actually want to walk you through the entire program, how it works. So we start our program every month end. So we have one batch starting in end of May, then one in end of June, one end of July. So next 3 months, let's take. You spend 8 to 9 months in India studying the self-paced IIITB certificate program in AI/ML. So if you joined, let's say, end of May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Around February, you will complete this program. For this program, you will get 9 credits from Golden Gate University, and you will also get IIITB certification. So you already earned a certification and you earn 9 credits for your master's program from Golden Gate University. During this time, you will actually submit your financial proof to Golden Gate University and get your I-20 and apply for visa and get your visa. Okay. Typically, most people, around 70 to 80% of the people get visa in the first round. 95+% people get by the time you go to the second round. So if you're unlucky, you get rejected by visa for one attempt, you have time to apply for the second attempt also. Most people get by then, but nobody can guarantee that you will get visa. But there's a very, very good chance that for a master's program student visa, the chances in 2 attempts are more than 95%. But once you complete this program, you fly to San Francisco. You will spend 2 terms taking courses in San Francisco. Here you studied in a self-paced mode. Here it is classroom. You spend 2 terms and you will earn 18 more credits in these 2 terms. So you earn 9 credits here, you earned 18 credits, 9 credits in term 1, 9 credits in term 2 in US. So 18 credits, and in India you earn 9 credits. So 27 credits are done. Now, this is the beauty here. This is one of the biggest differentiators that resulted in all those advantages that I talked about. Our program has a mandatory 2-term CPT for 18 credits. What does that mean? You are free to work full-time. You can get a full-time job, okay, or a full-time internship, get paid. And you know what? Your work, you earn 18 credits here. For your work, you earn 18 credits. You don't have to write separate thesis or anything. You just have to make presentations of the work that you are doing. And if we are satisfied, if the faculty is satisfied that this work is related to AI, machine learning, full stack, you will get credits. During those 2 terms, you just take one self-paced online course for 3 credits. So you can spend entire 40 hours a week legally doing your internship, working, earning in US. And you know what? Nobody can touch you during these 9 months saying your terms are over, because you are still a master student on an F1 visa. You are pursuing course-based CPT. After this program is over, your OPT starts. So your OPT starts after you work for 2 terms. Let's say you didn't get any job for the first 3 months during those 2 terms, you're searching. We will actually give you projects so that your CPT requirement is done, taken care. But as and when you job, that's why I said, if you are a regular student, you will have taken 15 months worth of courses. And at this point, you would have run for an OPT. And there in the OPT, within 3 months, you have to find a job. Else you have to come back to India. Here, you have 9 months, 2 terms to position yourself, get a paid internship and get credits for that. And then get 3 years of OPT. So 3 year, 9 months, you have complete flexibility to define your career in the US. And these 9 months are so good. You are a student, so nobody puts pressure on you to find an internship or leave or anything. It's part of your curriculum. You do an internship, you do a work, and you earn credits for that. This is one of the most unique features of our program. And we provide ample support. Anyone who is very good in the coursework, we will ensure that you get enough internship interviews, enough job interviews. There are companies that are looking for people who are good. My only requirement for you is you have to do really well. You have to study hard here, and you have to study really hard here. And the advantage is here we are teaching you for 2 terms, and the curriculum that we develop is completely applied, hands-on, interview focused. That's why we designed it that way. And many companies, like particularly software consulting companies, want people who are willing to work for them. And unlike the regular master students, you guys are guaranteed to work for them for 8 months and then 3 years. So they like you because they have 1 extra year for applying for H1 for you. I told you upfront, we designed it keeping the requirements of a software services company. An Indian software service company which wants to build a global talent would love to know and are loving to know that our candidates will have 1 extra year for them to apply for an H1. So this is a win-win for you, win-win for companies, and we will support you present to you to the companies. But of course, you have to put in really a lot of work to do well in your education. Hopefully, now you understood the coursework well, program structure well. What I want to do in the next slide is explain to you what is data science, what is exactly the course, what is full stack AI and ML. Let me start with a data scientist. A data scientist is someone who is comfortable working with Excel's databases. Databases typically have numbers or categories, right? They are structured and they build predictive models for businesses. So a data scientist typically is asked in a company, hey, you know what, talk to our IT team, access that database and tell me what kind of customers are churning out. So you download that data, you run a model on your Python, you create a nice dashboard on Power BI or Tableau, present that dashboard to the business users so that they can make good decisions. This is the sixth most exciting paying job in the world as of LinkedIn's latest survey. Sixth most exciting. That's not bad, actually. Out of millions of jobs, this are thousands and thousands of jobs. This is the sixth in the ranking globally. But one step higher than that is an ML scientist. Who is an ML scientist? This guy not only can work with Excels and databases, but also can work with images and text and build predictive model. So for example, a doctor asks, hey, you know what? I want a tool that can help me predict, looking at an X-ray, whether this person has cancer or not. Now, a data scientist cannot handle that because all he or she is good at is Excels and databases. This guy, on the other hand, can not only work with Excel database, they can also work with X-ray images. They can also work with text prescriptions that the doctors have written. So they compile all that data and build models for professionals, a doctor or a astrophysicist. ML scientists are one step higher. And according to the LinkedIn, it is the second most lucrative job in the world at this point. Okay, it is the second most. Now, what is the best, first, highest paying job according to LinkedIn? Full stack AI and ML engineers. What do? They do everything that data scientists and ML scientists do, but they do one thing more. They then convert these tools that are built by these guys into full-fledged applications. They build the chat GPTs. What is so difficult about building chat GPT? Do you know how many people access chat GPT per day? 25 million people. Now, building a tool that is accessed by 5 people is one thing. Building a tool that is accessed by 2.5 crore people every day, asking different questions, which means ChatGPT is looking at trillions and trillions of documents in the backend. 2.5 crore people are asking questions. It is searching trillions of documents and generating results in real time. Full stack AI and ML engineers not only know how to build these intelligent models, but they know how to convert them into fully working functional applications. That's why it is the highest paying job in the world right now. We teach you all these from ground up. In India, you learn the basic work of data scientists. In US, in first term, we will teach you ML scientist work. In the second term, we'll teach you full stack AI ML work. So by the time you are done with your second term, you are ready to interview with the top companies in the US, Fang, Mang, Bang, I don't know, whatever they are called, right? You can go there and say, hey, you know what? I'm ready to build the most complex applications that you want me to build. Again, this kind of ambitious coursework is not possible for everybody. We are confident because our faculty are building products, doing research in these areas. They teach you what the companies are looking for. Okay. Hopefully now you understand what is full stack AI and what is data science, what is ML. So what is the difference between these three? Now, one last thing about our university in Golden Gate University or many other institutes that we are setting up. The universities that we are currently, Golden Gate is a program started. There are 4 other universities with which we are in last stage of discussions. The average age of our university in US is 97 years. So these are established, eminent universities. These are not started yesterday. The thing that started recently is the tech school. But all the programs of all these universities are fully accredited. So these degrees are valid across the globe. GGU, Golden Gate University, is a member of Association of Indian Universities, which means that any Indian government job also, corporates don't care, but even government also accepts the degree by Golden Gate University. Our department is set up only this year. That's why you won't find us in the ranking of Golden Gate University. Okay, but our Indian center, which we teach, is given offshore satellite status by not only Golden Gate University, but Case Western Reserve University, which is one of the top 20 universities in the US, and many other universities. So while we are young as a technical school within the university, we are fairly well established as a data science institute. upGrad has so far taught more than 30,000 people data science. Triple IT Bangalore certificate program alone is studied by more than 10,000 people, as you know. Some of you may have already studied it, right? And the last but not the least, our faculty. I already told you, just to give you an idea, in the last 9 months, our faculty filed 5 patents and published 44 papers. So this is truly globally scholarly team that you are looking at. Hopefully, I answered quite a few of the questions that you may have about the program. Just to tell you, this is the US map, and this is where San Francisco is, and Golden Gate University is located here. These are the other locations where we will be having our other universities. But today, the program we are talking about is the San Francisco Golden Gate University. At this point, I will start looking at chat and question answers and start answering your questions. My recommendation is try typing in the Q&A section. I will look at that more often. What are the career opportunities in UK after MSc in data science? I will not answer this because it's irrelevant for today's conversation. Can I become data scientist without mathematics? I apologize if this sounds silly. No. By the way, it's not silly, but what is sort of not really great is you're attending as an anonymous person. Be brave. Just attend with your name. Okay, change your name, put in your right name. But anyway, now I'll address that. Can you become a data scientist without mathematics? My advice is no. Don't opt for this if you're scared of mathematics. If you never studied mathematics but are willing to improve your math, we will teach you from the ground up. We'll teach you the basic statistics. We'll teach you the basic calculus. But if you're scared of mathematics, can you not write software without mathematics? You can. Nowadays, people are able to write. But the logic that mathematics gives will be an advantage. So if you are absolutely scared of mathematics, please note that full stack AI machine learning is not for you. Okay. But if you have done something else, MSc chemistry, something else, MBA, I forgot the math I did. We will teach you from the basics if you are willing to learn. Sir, I am 31.
Sorry, if I may add, in the data science program, a lot of data science focused programs, you will be focusing on statistics, mathematics. Yeah. So as Dr. Murthy already mentioned, it's quite key and crucial to understand the basic principles of mathematics, since you will be advancing your knowledge when it comes to math, statistics, optimization, clustering, and all of that. So these are all concepts that are taught as part of the data science program. And from there, you'll move on to programming, databases, understanding numbers. So if you're interested in studying data science, and you don't have a background in mathematics. I think what Dr. Murthy just said is very advisable, which is start start from scratch, which is fine. Get that knowledge first, and then advance to a data science or any
Right.
other
Right.
AI
So
ML
if you're
discipline.
scared of math, don't do it. But if you're curious but not
Yes,
have enough background, go ahead and do it. Let me move to the next question.
yes.
I'm eligible for this program. Yes, Sirisha, you are eligible. Your age 31 years, you're still very, very young, and you have an MBA degree. Before your MBA degree, if you all these are fake. I don't know what that means, but anyway, why are you stopped? It has nothing to do with this program, so I'll not answer that. Can I become data scientist with having digital marketing experience? As I said, Vineet, how, 1 minute, I think the question is close. This course starts from the basics, okay? And it teaches you the math, the programming, and the next steps of that. So if you are, you can become a data scientist with digital marketing experience, but you have to know how to code. You have to learn. We will teach you from basics, but you have to learn how to code, and you also have to learn some mathematics. If you are interested for that, Vinita, you can definitely do. Hello, sir. Tarun BG here. India, there is NEP by which we have honors. After doing honors, we join Golden Gate. Will the course be 2 years or 1 year? Shahnaz, do you know what NEP is?
I'm not sure if he's maybe referring to NLP. It
NLP,
might
or
be a
by
type.
which we
It
have
might be,
honors. After doing honors and we join Golden Gate, will the course be 2 years or 1 year? I didn't quite understand the question. Tarun, please type it again. Shreyash Gupta, thanks for such an illustrative brief. Please explain if individuals from non-tech background but have partial experience in math do have interest in the course, should they consider the curriculum? Right, this is a master's program. So with an MBA or an MSc or a BSc, with enough experience, we will consider your application. But as I mentioned, you need to be willing to learn mathematics and coding, right? Only if you have the right attitude for that, definitely you can consider, and we will see if your application matches. Can you please talk about the scope of data scientist in Dubai after 3-4 years? Hiba, again, I will not address the question. This is not a general career counseling session. This is about this program. So what happens in Dubai, what happens in UK, US, Germany, just search the internet and find the right answer. So you don't need to learn from me. There are no programs related to full stack, only GGU. Is there any CPT stipend? No, there's no CPT stipend. You can earn any amount, but we will help you find internships, jobs. If you get the internship or job during the CPT, you discuss with the company what is the stipend that they will pay you, what is the job salary that they will pay you. How upGrad will help to get on-campus work and to get internship where other universities have heavy alumni network, but Golden Gate recently started. The difference, Bharat, is the 2 terms of CPT. So the program has a built-in free time for you to actually explore and get the jobs and internship. And it's at a location where the best in the digital technology is happening. And next, we do have a dedicated team that is looking after getting the helping you with the interview process, jobs, etc. So we have designed a program that helps in the in searching. Where is that? This keeps changing. This that helps, gives you that 9 months or 2 terms provision for you to find a job. And by the way, we have teams both in India and in US. In the last year alone, between the teams, around 2,500 people have been placed. So if you are a good student with a master's degree, we will help you finding the right companies, interviews, etc. BA in arts, am I eligible? No, you are not eligible, Shubham. This is an MS in full stack artificial intelligence and machine learning. I don't think you will be able to cope up. Number one. Number two, BA in arts, you will not have the required mathematics and programming background. So one thing that you have to do is contact the counselors at in upGrad, find out one bridge course that you have to do well in that, prove to us that you can actually take a technical course and get there. I don't think at this point there is any other question. Let me see Q&A.
No.
Okay. We'll wait for some time.
Yes, please, if you have any questions, feel
there
free
is
to use
some
the
two
Q&A
questions.
box.
I mean, new education policy wherein every course is N+1 years, where we learn advanced. No. Okay, now I understand, Tarun. Our national education policy. No, because what you're saying is you have equivalent of a BTech 4-year study. Okay, so so any engineer who goes there, as I said, the program, if you are studying 1 year, 8 months here, then you have 8 months to 9 months in US, and then you have to spend 2 more terms to get your master's, but you are ready to work. So your total study period is 8 months in India and 9 months in US. So totally less than 1.5 years. And then you won't get your master's, but you have 2 terms of CPT. That is what happens with whether you have a BTech or a BSc honors. It doesn't, because both of you spent only 4 years. If you just did 3-year BSc, you need to be exceptionally good to be considered for a master's. In US, 3 years degrees are not considered for a master's education. So if you are doing a 3-year degree, you must have an honors to be even considered for this program. BSc IT, I just answered that question, Deepak. BSc IT is a 3-year program, and most US universities, including GGU, require 16 years, 12 plus 4 years of education. So you must do some other diploma to be eligible to get that 1 year extra, unless you show phenomenally good academic background. If you convince us that your academic background is really, really good, then I think if the team is convinced, they can make an exception. Which is best, full stack, ML, or data science? Saurabh, I am assuming you were there in the whole program talk. I answered it in one of the slides, so I will not answer it again. The answer, obviously, and you shouldn't be asking me, by the way, because if I am offering MS in full stack AI ML, why will I say data science is better? Right? So do your research, and you also search, if the material available on the website, so you will have the answer. I'm doing BTech Mechanical. Can I join this course? Of course you can join, Saurabh. Any branch of engineering is eligible for this thing. I'm working as a data scientist and interested in ML ops. I come from mechanical background and face difficult to understand why deployment will facilitate faculty help us understand thoroughly and connect every dot. That's our effort, Bharat. Experts will teach you how to deploy ML ops. And I think as a data scientist, you will have some comfort doing the courses. And entered for 2nd year in BTech. It doesn't matter. I'm assuming, Sirisha, you have a BTech degree. If you have a BTech degree, it doesn't matter how you got to the BTech degree. For us, the last degree should be at least BTech. 4 years in BCA, BSc, great, Deepak. If it's a 4-year program, you are all set. You can apply. If it's a BSc, BCA, any 4-year program in sciences like this, you are eligible. Okay. I'm a BCA student, but I have 4 backlog. Am I eligible for this course? Parimal, apply. We will see if we like your application. We will give you an admission, else we will reject. If your backlogs are in mathematics and programming or some very important subjects, we may consider negatively. Similarly, if we don't see, if you have backlogs in first year, but say if we see very good improvement in second and third year, we'll give it a very positive spin. So I can't tell you at this point. It is negative that you have backlogs, but if there is improvement that can convince us, then we will actually take it positively. Sir, I am 19-year-old now. So far, what I can do? Mayur, you joined the wrong session. You should. I had a BTech Computer Science, Artificial Intelligence, Machine Learning program. I talked about it. If you are, that is in Mumbai. We have two bachelor's programs. One is in Mumbai, one is in Hyderabad. If you are from any of these locations, Hyderabad one is 2 years in India and then 2 years in either GGU or Colorado. You spend 2 years in India, 2 years in US. So there is a bachelor's program that works. You can contact us offline. They will help you. But in this call, in this discussion, I will only focus on the master's program. What will I expect after this course as an outcome, and will I be industry ready or not? And will I learn industry relevant practical skills or not? And what will be the range, the salary package that I can expect as a fresher after this program? Good. Our belief is with the course work and with 8 months of internship, you will be fully industry ready. What we teach in the courses are very practical skills. If you work very hard, the practical skills, what we teach are practical skills. Roughly in US, like in India, and even more so than in India, the salaries depend on the locations. In New York and San Francisco, fresh MS students are looking at around $100,000 salary or more. In Ohio or somewhere, it is $70,000. But Harshit, ask yourself, what is the average salary of a fresher after BTech? What is the salary you can expect as a fresher after BTech? There are 90% of the colleges where graduates get 3.6 lakhs per year or two less than that. And there are some schools where people say 8 to 10 lakhs. And there are some schools where people are talking about 18, 20 lakhs, 50 lakhs. So this also, what I am talking about are general averages, median salaries. Depending on your performance, you can get much, much more than that. BCom in data analytics and clear the honors. Am I eligible for MS in data science? I don't know. BCom in data analytics. Okay, Tarun, I don't know which college you are from. 90% of the cases, the data analytics specializations just teach a few tools. I don't know, maybe your college is very different. You have to apply and we have to see. But if the right mathematical background is not provided in the undergrad, we will consider you negatively. You can apply, Rushali, BSc, MBA are eligible. Do you have age criteria? No, we don't. But what I advise is if you are 50 plus, think carefully, because getting a job after your master's will be very, very difficult. Okay. So, but otherwise you should be fine. I'm a BE computer engineer student. Could you elaborate the difference in the level of difficulty of mathematics, statistics, especially? Depending on where you did your BE computer engineering, but mostly BE students should not have any problem with the kind of mathematics that is required for data science. Same level or even slightly less. Okay. So you don't have to worry about it. I think what happened? I think some questions are removed.
Yes, I believe we have answered most of the questions that came in so far.
Okay. Can we do this course while working as well? The answer, I think you show all, I think.
Yes.
Oh, you gave a private answer, but the answer is first 8 months you can do while working. Next 8 months in US, you have to spend full time in the classroom. Only then you can again start working if you find a paying internship or whatever, right? So hopefully I answered that.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. I believe we've answered all the questions Now, if you have any specific questions about this program, of course, we are more than happy to help you out. The program is also live on our website. And if you're interested in other artificial intelligence and machine learning related programs, also the program that Dr. Murthy just mentioned, the one that is completely held in India in a hybrid model, all of that information you can find on our website. Go to upgrad.com, click on course, click on domain, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and all the options will pop up for you. If you're interested in more data science specific programs, we offer them too. So feel free to check out our website. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And I think since there are
There is one
there's
question.
one more. Yes.
One or two questions. I think MBA graduate, what are the jobs in the field of AI/ML? I have heard it's just a marketing game. Akhil, being an MBA graduate, I actually encourage you to go on the web, start finding things. I leave it as an exercise to you, whether to see there are jobs or is it a marketing game, because you already are quite educated. You are a postgraduate degree holder. So you should be able to figure this out on your own. So I'll not answer this question. While first 8 months in US, can we do part-time? No, you cannot, Bharat. It will be illegal to do that unless it is a part of the curriculum. So your work ability to work starts only after the first 8 months. So you have to be prepared in, but forget about legalities. There'll be so much of coursework in those 2 terms that you will not have any time to do your, to do any other job. But anyway, legally also, you must plan to study part-time in India, 8 months full-time, 2 terms, and then you can work full-time. Right. Done.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yes, no other questions. Thank you so much for being with us today, Dr. Murthy. Thank you all for who joined and asking your questions. It was a very interactive session.
Very nice session.
Yes, thank you so much. And I'm wishing you all a good evening.
Thank you. Bye.